Okay, as the weeks have gone by, some parents are finding that their children are no longer quite so motivated to get their work done, or maybe they haven't been motivated to get their work done the whole time. In order to increase motivation, sometimes we have to offer a reinforcer. Remember, reinforcement does not equal a bribe. Sometimes people say, well, I'm not going to bribe my kids to do their work. It's not a bribe. A bribe is something you give to somebody ahead of time for them to do something wrong or immoral. Reinforcement is payment. We pay somebody for doing something after they've done it, doing something we want them to do, doing something good after they do it, right? So a token economy isn't about bribing at all. It is about paying them to do their job, okay? And so as I talk about the token economy today, I'm going to talk to you about what it is, why you may want to use it, and how to use it, all right? So what a token economy is just really a versatile reinforcement system. When we're looking to reinforce behavior we want to see, it's important that what we have to reinforce with is something that they really want, right? So if all we have is M&Ms and we're giving them M&Ms all the time, it gets to be a point that they're done with M&Ms, and M&Ms no longer hold the reinforcement value necessary for them to want to do that anymore, right? But a token economy allows you to have a whole menu of items, and so there's always something, or that's the hope, right? That there's always something that they want to work towards. It also mimics our economy. We work on a token economy system. Money is a token, and we get paid money. We're not on a barter system, right? So like if you happen to raise pigs, you're not going to pay me with a pig to teach your child, right? Being as I don't eat meat, that wouldn't be very valuable to me, right? But we have a token economy. And so this mimics our economy. It also teaches kids the value of saving, because you can have very small items that they can earn very quickly if they need something right then, but you can also have larger items that they can save up for, so they learn and understand the value of saving some of that money, okay? So that's what it is. And I guess that I didn't really kind of, yeah, I'll get to that, sorry. So why? Again, to increase engagement. And the more difficult or less preferred something is, the more reinforcement that is needed. If you already enjoy doing something, you probably don't need an external reinforcer to get you to do it, right? Like, I enjoy teaching and working with kids. I'm not getting paid extra to do videos, right? I enjoy teaching and working with kids and helping families. So I don't need extra money to do this, right? On the other hand, if you wanted me to go paint your garage, you're gonna have to pay me, because I don't like painting garages, okay? And you probably have to pay me quite a bit, because that's not something I enjoy. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about this with your children. Maybe they really enjoy math, and so they need less reinforcement for that, but writing is really difficult, so you may need to up the ante there. Sometimes people are worried that if you build in reinforcers, that then kids are not going to want to do things independently, that you're going to have to pay them all the time to do their work. But it really builds that internal reinforcement system. We start with the external reinforcers, but it really builds to an internal reinforcement system. It builds those habits, and they learn how to reward themselves for doing what they should do. Okay? So how do you do this? First, it's really important that you clearly define the behavior that you're reinforcing. Sometimes we're reinforcing things like getting along with your siblings. But if you say, if you get along with your siblings, then you can earn blank. We have to define, what does it look like to get along with your siblings? When you clearly define, make sure that you're looking at, so for instance, if you're doing work, that you say how much of that work. Not just, if you do your math, then you'll get, and then they do 5 problems math. Say, look, I did my math. Clearly define. If you do this, 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 and this, you will earn this, okay? Choose your token. Tokens. Maybe it's poker chips, okay? Different colors could be different values, okay? Maybe you're really gonna imitate our economy and use pennies. Maybe you're going to go with something like this. This is what we use at school a lot, and we call them stamp cards. And this way, there's 24 squares in here, and we are able to reinforce a behavior 24 times before they earn something really small. And they can also save these up. Which brings me to something important. When you reinforce, the way we reinforce on this is we either have a stamp, or if we don't have a stamp available or I can't find one right quickly, we use a pen and we put a star in the square. And not only do we give them that token, okay, something they can see, something tangible that says you've done what I wanted you to do, but we pair that with the specific verbal praise, like thank you so much for sitting down and getting ready to do your work done. Oh, you wrote your name on your paper. Beautiful. Keep going. I love your attitude. You're not arguing at all. That's fantastic. Okay. By using that very clear social praise, that's one of the ways that we work on that internal reinforcement. Then they're recognizing, oh, this is what I should do. Oh, they like it when I do this. Okay. So not only putting the star on there, the token, even if that's that you're giving pennies or giving poker chips or buttons or whatever it is your token is, make sure that you pair it with that specific verbal praise. Okay. Then you need to create your menu. Now, for some kids, they may need a picture menu, things they can choose from. Mix it up. You can have, like I said, small things. Like if a kid's working for M&Ms, then, if you're working on a board like this, it could be that they just earn 5 pennies and they get 1 M&M, and it's quick, 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 okay? Because they need something right now. They're not going to wait until tonight. They're not waiting until Friday. They need something right now, something small that you can give them right away. Okay, for other kids, you may have a list of things, okay? Again, have a mix. Have it be, you can have some edibles, you can have activities. Make sure that it is something you can do, okay? Don't have on there that we are all going to go to Chuck E. Cheese when Chuck E. Cheese is not available. That is not something you can do right now. Don't say, we'll go on a family bike ride, and then that, let's say the kid works really hard for a family bike ride. They fill up 5 stamp cards and they say, okay, I want to go on a family bike ride. But you guys all have other things that you have to do, and it's just not feasible for you to go on a family bike ride right then. Make sure that if you put it on your list, it's something they can earn that you can do, okay? You can have coupons, all right? Lots of different things that they might want to earn. Involve your child in deciding the reinforcement menu. Ask them, what would you like to earn? One thing my kids always liked to earn was my time, when they could tell me what to do. 5 minutes of mom time went a long way. And they would just want to do silly things. Sometimes it was play a card game. Sometimes it was just play pretend or play with stuffed animals, just so that they decided what to do with my time, okay? Doesn't have to be expensive, doesn't have to be something you have to go out for or buy. A lot of times it can just be things that you have that they don't often get to do. So involve your child in it. Also make sure that the price, you have to choose the price, right? So the price has to kind of match 2 things, right? Remember that the more difficult something is, the more reinforcement, the more payment there has to be, okay? But you also can't have things be so cheap that you're like, they're getting 7 candy bars a day, right? That's not reasonable. So, like I said, at school, kids could, because we moved to spending once a month, and kids would maybe have 4 or 5 stamp cards in 1 month's time. And the stamp card was, one stamp card we had basically be like a 50-cent item. But if they saved up 20 stamp cards, they could get a football, okay? That's why I'm saying that you can have some things that they save up for. And so, for instance, if you have some of these coupons, you may want to define like movie night on Saturday, because that's the only time that you're going to be able to do movie night. Or go on a bike ride Thursday afternoon. choose the dinner menu. Make sure that you kind of define things and make a price that is both worth it to them so that they're going to want to do that, but also not so cheap that you're kind of flooding them with reinforcement. All right? All of these things I can email you coupons. I can email you the format for this. I can email you different inventories. The most important part of it is that you clearly define what you want to see, that when you reinforce with a token, you use that specific verbal praise so they know exactly what it is they are earning for, and that the menu create is something that they really buy into. If they don't want it, it's not going to mean anything. So make sure that you get input from them about things that they really want to do, to make, to eat, all of those different things. And having a variety of things is what really makes a token economy a versatile reinforcement system, because they can decide that very moment exactly what they want, whether that's an M&M or movie night, right? And so a token economy is a versatile reinforcement that you can use to increase engagement with your kiddos and build that internal reinforcement, and just make sure that you clearly define things and you create a menu that they can buy into. If you have any questions, let me know.